Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians, guests, and friends of those who are on Zoom, friends who have come with us in person and those who are on Zoom. Welcome to this August 19th meeting of the Rotary Club of Cincinnati. We are so glad you're here with us today. We have a very special program, and we're looking forward to progressing through our agenda. We will begin with the posting of the colors, followed by the national anthem, after which we will have the invocation and four-way test by Molly Riddell.
Good morning, everyone. I've never had to follow Whitney Houston before. Got a little choked up over that. Good morning, everyone, Club 17 and all of our esteemed guests, especially the members from the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department. Please join me in prayer. Almighty Father, please accept our thanks for this day and for all of its blessings. We ask that you guide us and direct our club, its leaders, and our actions. Grant that each of us may feel our responsibility to Rotary, to our community, and to all of those people who can benefit from our help. We thank you for all the services provided by the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department. May others see their dedication and appreciate all their efforts to keep us safe. May you keep each of them safe and return them to their families each day. May your blessings rest upon all of us, Almighty Father, as we seek to serve in your name. Amen. And now let's recite the four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Molly, too, for the invocation and our four-way test. Next, we will have our prospective members, visitors, and guests. Will be introduced by Dr. Hux Miller, followed by greetings from Magnified Giving, which is our corporate sponsor today of our program. We will be favored with a greeting from Executive Director Kelly Collison. Dr. Hux?
Thank you, President Melinda. Well, welcome to all our guests. We have many guests, of course, from the Sheriff's Department, and we have one prospective member, Carrie Kuznar from Magnified Giving, a guest of Kelly Colson.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kelly Collison, Executive Director of Magnified Giving. We're a proud sponsor of today's lunch. And I would like to, on behalf of board members Melinda Kelly and Don Nyer, and our founder, Roger Grine, and our staff, Allison Kaufman, and our guest today, Carrie Kuznar, invite you to stop by at our table and learn more about our youth philanthropy program. It is our hope that we educate and inspire teens to one day become Rotarians, for one thing, and also to serve their community using their gifts and talents now. If you would check out the impact that just this past year had on our community, we're at the table, we'd love to share with you. And we have a 1-minute video that describes what we do and why we do it. Thank you so much and enjoy your lunch.
In following our agenda, we will come back to the video. Right now, we will have a special announcement regarding our Rotary picnic. That announcement will be by Angie Ferguson. Angie?
Hello, Club 17. It is my job today to encourage all of you to attend the picnic that is happening not this weekend, but next Saturday, the 28th. The order of things is such that there will be a car tour, a Rota-Run is what we're calling it, similar to what was created last year. We will see several different interesting sites along the way that Linda can tell you a little bit more about those stops if you're interested. But then arriving back at Camp Allen, check-in is at about 3 o'clock, activities are 4 to 6, and then we eat 5 to 7. It is rumored that the cornhole tournament is something to behold. So I can't wait to witness that for the first time, and I thought maybe to ramp things up this year, as a prize for the winners, we are giving away professional cornhole bags. So you are not allowed to be terrible at cornhole if you win these. It's got a slick and a quick side. My husband got these in June for his birthday, and he's like the hit of the neighborhood because he's got the slick and the quick bag. So these can be yours if you come to the Rotary picnic. We also incorporated lots of games for the kids. My 13-year-old and I had a great time at Campbell's picking out prizes, creating games like Pull My Finger, and you got to attend to see what that is, and matching duck pond and sucker pool and all kinds of fun stuff like that. Also, what is really key is to be able to see the new property that is attached to Camp Allen now. It is absolutely gorgeous. Please attend if you can. We've put a lot of time and effort into it, and we hope to see your smiling faces there. Thank you.
Our additional announcements. We have several birthdays, members celebrating birthdays this week. If you are here and present and able to stand, please do so. If you could hold your applause till the end. August 17th, Tom Noonan. August 18th, Don Allinger. August 17th, Ron Ott. August 21st, Kay Adkins and Bob Bedegal. August 23rd, Judy Pogue. Let's give them a round of applause for their birthdays this week. We will come back to split the pot a little later. I guess we had so many funds coming in until they're just still adding up the dollars and the totals. The Believe to Achieve, thank you to all members and friends who attended the Believe to Achieve event on August 7th. It was a great event to support children and adults with disabilities, and we are this close to setting a record for the most money raised. And I think before it was about $150,000, so let's keep it going. So our illustrious Executive Director, Linda Muth, is giving us a second chance, so we might be able to extend and maybe reach and surpass our goal of the most amount of money that we've ever raised for the 3 organizations that we sponsor. 100% after we pay, of course, for the venue and those other additives for logistics. 100% of the net proceeds benefit Stepping Stones for Camp Allen, Down Syndrome Association of Greater Cincinnati, and this year, Visionaries and Voices. So those are great causes, and we have sponsored these programs for Camp Allen and also for the Autism Society for years, so let's continue and keep that up. If you're interested in viewing some items that were unsold in the silent auction, please visit our Facebook page. Put in your bid. All bids need to be in by 12 midnight tomorrow night to see if we can surpass our goal. So please make sure that you check out our Facebook group page and bid on the silent auction. The minimum bids for those items that were not taken during the silent auction or won, that minimum bid is $50. Rotary Euchre. The next Rotary Euchre night will be Tuesday, August 24th, starting around 6:30 at the home of Rotarian Vince Hartman. Please bring your snack and sweet treats to share and whatever beverage of your choice, and also the funds that you would need, especially if you are euchred. So feel free to invite friends, family, and I encourage you to please contact Vince Hartman, or if you have some other questions, you can also check with Jeff Weir, who is over Rotary Euchre. Next, Rotary Bowling. It's that time of year again. We're really excited. Bowling will begin Wednesday, September 15th at 6:50 at Stone Lanes in Norwood. It will be a great event and a special time to network. This is a great time to meet new Rotarians and family members of others as you spend time each week with 23 other Rotarians. We're currently in the process of forming teams right now, and we welcome you to join and so that we can add your name to the teams as well. Members in the news, congratulations to Rotarian Ed Mathis. Ed is the new Director of Policies and Procedures for the Urban League of Greater Cincinnati. Our next week meeting will be Richard Pahana, Geotechnical Engineer of the City of Cincinnati, Columbia Parkway Landslide Stabilization. And we're really excited about that program, but even more so, we're excited about our program today. Before we get to that, though, we'll go ahead and announce the winner of the Split the Pot. So the total today raised from the tickets for Split the Pot was $190. The winner of the ticket pulled will receive $42, and the big pot today is $452. Any person who is in attendance ticket can be pulled to win the initial Split the Pot, but only Club Rotarians are able to draw for the accumulating pot, which is the $452. So I'll ask Sheriff McGuffey to pull the winning ticket. The last four digits are 9612. 9612. Is that Fred Fisher? Two of spades. Thank you so much, Fred. We'll look forward to the next Split the Pot. And thank you all for participating. Next, we will have our program introduction for today, which is really exciting. We have the Sheriff's Department with us, and the program will be introduced after the showing of the video that we now have ready for Magnified Giving. If you could watch this video for Magnified Giving, we would then be introduced to the program by Michael Villardo.
Welcome to Magnified Giving. Our mission is to educate, inspire, and engage students in philanthropy, empowering them to be leaders and to serve others. Each step in our distinctive model magnifies the gifts of donors. These gifts empower the students on their philanthropic journey. This journey begins with a donation, which is received by Magnified Giving. Then, through our school partnerships, teachers educate students on what it means to be a philanthropist. The students are then entrusted to grant $1,000 or more to their local nonprofits. These students explore, discover, and thoughtfully share concerns about the issues in their community. They are empowered to research, serve, advocate, and persuade their peers through presentations, and vote on a local nonprofit organization to receive their grant. Our students are the future, and their voices should be heard. Magnified Giving develops the next generation of philanthropists, and your donation is magnified for generations. Through our unique educational model and service learning method, students discover opportunities to give their time, talents, and treasure to create a positive change in their community now. To learn how you can magnify your gifts and participate in our program, visit Magnified Giving at magnifiedgiving.org.
Good afternoon. It is, sometimes I wonder what other hotel guests think on these days when we honor the sheriff's department or police department or fire department. And all of these individuals come in their uniforms, traipsing into the building and up the stairs. But welcome, Sheriff, to you and to these members of your department and their guests. It's a privilege to once again honor the folks that we're going to honor today and know that there are a lot of others who are involved in your work and who could be here as well. This is who is before us today. Sheriff Charmaine McGuffey is a lifelong Cincinnatian and 33-year veteran of the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. Prior to being elected sheriff in November 2020, she held the ranks of sergeant, lieutenant, captain, and major. Sheriff McGuffey took office on January 4th, 2021, and is the highest ranking woman in the history of the Hamilton County, Ohio Sheriff's Office. And this is why. Sheriff McGuffey has worked in nearly all facets of the Sheriff's Office, including as the Academy Commander for the Ohio Peace Officer Corrections Academy, serving as head hostage negotiator for the Sheriff's Special Response Team, and as Commander of the Sheriff's Honor Guard. Sheriff McGuffey provided training for law enforcement officers throughout the state of Ohio and is an accomplished self-defense instructor. During her tenure as Major of Jail and Court Services, Sheriff McGuffey was credited with leading reforms in the jail to reduce the likelihood of people returning to jail. She was also credited with bringing the jail from the worst ranking in the state of Ohio to the top ranking. As Major, Sheriff McGuffey was named Local and Regional Law Enforcement Officer of the Year and was honored by the Ohio House of Representatives for being named the 2016 Public Citizen of the Year by the Ohio chapter of National Association of Social Workers. You try to say all of that. She was included in the 2013 Cincinnati Enquirer's list of professional women to watch. Sheriff McGuffey is a reformer and effective leader committed to move our justice system from one of hard incarceration to one that offers opportunities for rehabilitation. Sheriff McGuffey is committed to public safety and to ensuring accountability, transparency, and engagement with the community as the foundation of the work in the Sheriff's Office. Sheriff McGuffey currently serves on the board of the Cincinnati Union Bethel. She's also a member of the Human Rights Campaign and a graduate of Leadership Cincinnati 39. Won't you join me in welcoming the Sheriff?
Thank you, Michael, and thanks to everybody who's here, who came in attendance today. A huge thanks to the Rotary Club for providing us this forum to celebrate our professionalism and our good work. And you know, in this nation today, we're in challenging times. We know that. And one of the things that challenges law enforcement right now is the attack on our morale, quite frankly. We are public servants, and we are watching the events unfold in the nation, and we are knowing this, that we are doing everything possible to repair those relationships, to bring back a atmosphere of service in uniform that the public at large can appreciate. And so this is it's very important to us, and it's a huge morale booster for the Rotary Club to sponsor these awards, to give us this forum to celebrate our expertise and the wonderful men and women that you're going to meet just now. So I'm going to announce the winners of these awards, and tell you a little bit about who they are and what the award is that we have nominated them for. So our first award is Administrative Excellence, and that award is going to go to Deputy Brigette Bernard. And I'll tell you a little bit about Brigette Bernard and why this award is exactly who she is. If you've ever worked in an administrative job, you know how fast-paced it is. And sometimes you're going in one direction, and the next thing you know, you have to stop and do something else that's more priority. Or you have to have all your multiple skills in use, and you're making phone calls, and you're doing things. And there is constantly a boss who is changing your direction, right? Just to get things done as they move along so quickly. And, you know, Brigette Bernard has been employed with our department since '94. That makes her a 26-year career employee. And she is also, you know, a person who has moved through the ranks. She worked in electronic monitoring, which is one of our divisions that is very challenging. We put people on the monitoring box, and we have to go out and check on them and things like that. And, you know, one of the things that Brigette did there in that unit, I'll tell you because I happened to work in that unit with her, one of the most fun jobs I ever had, and that is Brigette talked to victims. She talked to victims. She had to call them. She had to get the details of the tragic events. She had to know who they were and how we were protecting them. And, you know, often that's a very, you know, it's a job that can be stressful and that you take home with you at night, quite frankly. Brigette, of course, maintains her professionalism and her good smile and personality throughout. She came to the Community Affairs Division with lots and lots of accolades and all of those skills. And in the Community Affairs Division, I tell you, she has been, and this is historically too, not just now, but she's worked with Women Helping Women, immigration, change court, drug addiction programs, and she spent time working in the sex offender unit. And beyond that, she also speaks 3 languages, so that's very impressive. And in fact, I don't know that I knew that till today. But that's awesome. And, you know, Brigitte's past experiences just make her a perfect fit for this community program. And what she's doing right now is we have created a phone bank for people to call in with their questions about the criminal justice system. And there are lots of them, lots and lots of questions. And here's what you get now when you call our Community Affairs Division. You get a friendly person who answers the phone and helps you and helps figure out what you need. And Brigette is one of those people. In fact, she's absolutely our lead, 100%. And in just the 2 months that we have launched this, I just want to let you know, in just the 2 months we've been answering phones, 7,000 calls. 7,000. That's how big the need is. She also has done helping things in person. People walk up to, we have positioned it right outside courtroom B, so people will walk up with their needs and so forth. And Brigette, sometimes I've seen her actually walk them over to the courtrooms and things like that. So I would like to, in particular, congratulate Brigette Bernard for the Administrative Excellence Award.
Thank you, everybody. I was not expecting this one. I kind of showed on words here, but thank you so much for this award. I do appreciate it. Didn't know my hard work was being looked at, but thank you so much, Major Reed, also, all the majors, captains here. I'll say it in French as well. Bien merci pour tout ce qui est arrivé ici. Sommes contents pour t'espérer moi gagner plus encore. That means thank you very much for everybody that voted for me. Appreciate it.
And now we move on to our next award, and this award is the Career Enhancement Award. This award goes to a deputy, Dominic Pierani. Thank you. And he is a 19-year employee of the Sheriff's Office. And here's the reason that this young man is getting this award. He has worked in our jail for these 19 years. And that's no job for everyone. You know, we have to be the right kind of person to work in the jail. But not only is he the right kind of person to work in the jail, but he works in the mental health unit. The mental health unit of our jail houses 52 men who are challenged with mental health issues. And some of these men are, well, they have lots and lots of needs. They can be very special. Quite frankly, sometimes it's dangerous. It is dangerous. You're working with someone who is struggling to sometimes get a grip on reality, struggling with the issues that they've experienced, and the mental health unit is absolutely the most challenging unit that we have in the jail. I promise you that. And, you know, the thing I want to note to you is that Dominic Pierani has worked in that mental health unit for 15 years. That's a long term. He was one of the very first deputies to go through the crisis intervention team training. He volunteered for that. And, you know, when he does things like that, what it does is he brings back that knowledge and he exemplifies for the other staff why it's important to be trained. And, you know, these skills and his ability to reach out to not just our inmates, but inmates who are struggling with some of the most challenging circumstances that people can experience is exactly why, you know, we wanted Deputy Dominic Pierani to have this award. He exemplifies it. And one thing I will tell you is the two things that are paramount in this skill to work there 15 years in that unit is patience and, above all, courage. The courage to walk into a situation every day that you have no idea what might occur, and you have no idea how you'll handle it until the moment arrives. So I thank you very much, Deputy Dominic Pierani, Career Enhancement Award.
First, I want to thank the Rotary Club for having us here today. Appreciate that very much. Sheriff McGuffey was one of my instructors back in 2002. She made me into the deputy I am today. I will continue to serve my department and my community to the best of my ability. I want to thank my father, Mark Pierani, for being here. Appreciate that. Thank you guys very much for this award. I appreciate it.
Our next award, the Hero Award. This award is very special to me. This award goes to Deputy Daniel Campbell, and he is seated there at the end of the table. Deputy Campbell is our Honor Guard commander, if you will, and he is a man who has not only brought his expertise to our Honor Guard, and why he's special to me is because I was a commander of the Honor Guard, and that's why he and I share this pin. This cross rifle pin is very important to us. It's special to those of us that serve on the Guard, because I want to tell you a little bit about our Honor Guard. Our Honor Guard shows up. We show up. Ceremonies, parades, it doesn't matter if it's 95 degrees, doesn't matter if it's snowing or raining, we show up. And we show up for some of the most important reasons, and that is not just ceremonies, but also funerals, and the times when we have to celebrate what our officers have done in giving oftentimes their life to their career and to their service. And, you know, as the Honor Guard, we have to pay attention to how we look every day and pay attention to to the men and women that serve with us on that guard. And I can tell you that Daniel Campbell exemplifies that. You'll see that here. And in fact, he did march in with the honor guard and called the cadence as they walked out. The other thing I want to tell you about him is he is a veteran. He is a veteran who experienced PTSD. And PTSD as a result of events that occurred on the combat field. And he is absolutely committed to working in our jail with the veterans, his comrades in arms, and he himself has gone through some help for the PTSD symptoms that he suffers, and it never really goes away. And I applaud his courage in walking out of the military, out of that uniform with PTSD and walking into this uniform and maintaining that same integrity that he brought to the military. And I tell you, he's just great to work with. I've never seen him without a smile. Maybe right now, but there it is. Okay. And, I am so absolutely just thrilled to present him with this award for his countless hours that he has given to the Sheriff's Department already, and looking forward to many more. And that is the Hero Award for Deputy Daniel Campbell.
Good afternoon. First off, I'd like to thank my wife, Deetra, for the countless amount of support that she's given me, the long hours, the off days that turn into work days frequently, which means she's stuck with the kids and I'm off playing deputy sheriff. And I'd like to thank the sheriff and her administration for, one, giving me the support to do what I'm doing and giving me the opportunities to be able to do that. Not everybody gets that opportunity, and I'm glad to have it. Last but not least, I'd like to thank Mr. Dick Russa. He's been my mentor in all of this and provided me countless amount of guidance in the wee hours of the morning and the late hours of the evening as we deal with incarcerated vets that are struggling. And I can't thank him enough for that. So thank you for the award, and I'll continue doing the best I can for the Sheriff's Department.
Our next award goes to someone who is very special to me and also very special to our entire command staff and to our entire department. He is a longtime deputy sheriff, 37 years, and his name is Deputy Frank Klars, and he is getting the Superior Achievement Award. I'll tell you about Frank Klars. Frank Klars started all those years ago in 84, I believe, 1984. And, he's a certified police officer who worked in our transportation unit. And here are the things that Frank does in that transportation unit. It is a busy, busy unit, and every day you are in and out of the building. And not only are you in and out of the building, but you are transporting sometimes some of the most dangerous people who are incarcerated, because you have to take them places, and you have to take them up to the penitentiary and to the hospital and things like that. And, Frank, in all the years I've known and worked with Frank, I have never heard Frank complain about even one thing. Not the weather, not coworkers, not any of the jobs we ever gave Frank to do and accomplish. And, that's really saying something, because sometimes, it feels good to complain. But, Frank every day shows up, and he shows up as Frank. And that's who you're going to get. And, I've come to love Frank over the years. And I tell you, Frank has assisted in preventing inmate suicides. He responded once to a cell and found an inmate hanging, and he was able to actually remove the ligature around this prisoner's neck and call for medical help and use his skills to keep this person alive, and saved a life. Saved a life, hands-on. So I thank you for that, Frank. Frank has recently had some challenging health issues. Frank has been battling cancer for an extended period of time, and you know, it really did, it forced him to retire. I know he didn't want to retire, and after he retired, I looked up and there he was in my office. And he said, you know what, I know I'm retired, but I still want to work. And I was thrilled to tell him, oh, we will put you to work. So Frank has continued for these past 9 months to come into our department and transport anybody, anything we need, any errand we need done. Frank does it all. And he has just been, I mean, I know there's been days, I promise you, that it's been challenging for him to come in. I know that. But every time he shows up, he's there, and he's Frank Klar. And I love him for that. I will tell you that he is so very, he's so very, deserving of this award. The Superior Achievement Award goes to Deputy Frank Klar.
I really don't know what to say, so I'm proud to have worn this uniform for 37 years, and I will continue to be proud to wear it as long as I can to serve the community. I'm thankful for the present command staff and their appreciation of me coming in and helping out as a special deputy, which means I get to work part-time and for free. But I enjoy doing the work, and I thank my parents and the military. I basically have worn a uniform my entire adult life as in public service. And like I said, I hope to continue to as much as I can. Thank you very much.
Stay right here for a second. I'm going to ask Frank to stand here for just a moment because I have something else that I'd like to present to Frank. And Frank, I want to read this to you. Today, right now, we are promoting Frank to the rank of corporal in the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. I will read this declaration. To all who shall see these present greetings, ye know that reposing special trust and confidence in the fidelity and abilities of Frank Klar, I do appoint him a corporal in the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. I'd like to present Frank with first the corporal badge, which has the leaf that says corporal, and I'm sure you'll want to have your mom, Claire, pin this on. Claire Klar, Klar. That's a hard one to say. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you. So I'll present you with this, and we also have the corporal stripes, which we have put some Velcro on. So, and that's because we want to be able to get these onto Frank. Thanks. And I'll present this on the other side.
Thank you, and all the command staff.
Corporal Frank Klar. And now, if anyone would like to ask any questions, we've left some time in the agenda for that. You know, I always like to answer questions, so don't hold back if you have one. And I'll be happy to talk about anything that the Sheriff's Office does or can do in the future. And one of the things, while you're thinking of a question, I'm never lost for words. So while you're thinking of that, I do want to tell you that our brand in the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office with our command staff, and I'm glad I do have this moment to introduce them to you. These two tables here are command staff. They are hand-selected in these positions by me as I came in, and I promise you it was with a lot of thought and evaluation that we get the right people in this position. And what we are doing in the Sheriff's Office is we are promoting the brand of service. That's our brand. Our brand is service, and we're exemplifying that. I will invite you to please follow us on Facebook because we have an excellent media spokesperson for our office, and that's Kyla Woods, seated here in front of me. She does a great job. And I do want to note to you, it's a challenging job because you get, every time something happens, you get woken up. And you have to write something and get it out to the press and so forth. But beyond that, just chronicling all the good things we're doing. I have Chief Deputy Jay Gramke here. I have Major Dan Ems. Major Jackie Reed. I have neutral administrator and all-around great guy, Dick Ruscia. As I said, Kyla Woods. Chief of Staff, Kevin Horn. And that's Major Chris Kettman next to him. And Amy Jones, our administrative assistant. I really couldn't ask for a better staff, and we all work really hard, but we do have a good time, and we've really, we've enjoyed what we're doing so far, and we're going to continue to do that. So, if there are no questions, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Wow. Absolutely. I certainly will extend that. I'm so glad you asked, because anyone that would like to ride along with us, we'd be happy to host you. It not only educates you as to what we do, but it's also a morale booster for our men and women who get to showcase what they do. So yes, absolutely, we'll put that out. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
What is your view and your relationship with the unincorporated townships that have their own police departments? How do you work with them and so forth? And has that changed with change in administrations?
That is a great question. So first of all, my view of the other police departments, there are some 42 of them in Hamilton County. Those are very dedicated men and women who are providing police services for neighborhoods who want to enjoy that personal touch with their police agency. I mean, those are chiefs of police. Each one has a chief of police, and that person administrates the law and order and organization of that particular municipality. We work very well with them. So the way I feel about it is a partnership. It's absolutely a partnership. We step in, we help each other. I think that the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office is not only a good partner, but we're a good leader in that arena. And there are other leaders, but we are a leader as well. And what we're doing in that arena is, quite frankly, when municipalities approach us, and sometimes they do, their tax base is going down, they have particular issues with providing police service, they approach us and we step up to the table in a big way. And we are providing service for some of those outlying municipalities. But, you know, I 100% think that if you live in a neighborhood or municipality and you have your own police department, I think that's great, and I think you should. And there are people that really enjoy that, and I want you to enjoy that. But as you know, we live in challenging financial times, and Hamilton County offers a lot. We have our bench is so deep. When you're talking about criminal investigation, you're talking about internal affairs, our aviation unit, you know, all the things we can provide. So I welcome those municipalities, and we partner with them very well. Yes, sir. Can you talk a little bit about the new crime lab? The new crime lab, yes. Dr. Samarco has a new crime lab, and we have been out there touring it. We've been talking to Dr. Samarco. Working with the coroner's unit hand in hand is something that we do. And the crime lab is in Blue Ash. It's in Blue Ash. It's a brand new building. It's beautiful. And, you know, Dr. Samarco is attracting talent. That's what she's doing. And we need that, because I'll give you an example of how busy the coroner's office can be. We have partnered at times to do dead runs. I'm sorry, but that's what we call them. We go and we pick up deceased people from various locations in Hamilton County to take them to the coroner's office. In the month of June, we transported 123 people to the coroner's office. So it's a huge endeavor. I don't want to, speak for Dr. Samarco, but I can tell you she is so absolutely proud of what they're doing out there. So, and we're proud of her too. Yes, sir.
As we live in unique political times, groups asking to defund police departments and such, how's your budget and how do you deal with the tight budget?
Well, and that is a great question, and you'll see all of my command staff smile and shake their head, because we talk about the budget non-stop. It is absolutely the first thing we talk about every day: how much money is going out, where is it going, and how can we keep it, right? And how can we best fiscally run this department? And I will tell you, in the 9 months that we've been there, we are operating under budget right now, just so you know. A part of that was making some decisions to do some things that were not necessarily popular with certain people in the department, okay? Because we had to take back some things, because we had to scale down, because we had to say no to people. And I think that's part of managing a budget. You have to say no when you have to say no. And my financial chief of staff is really good at saying no. If you ask any question of his staff, their first word is, well, no. But we are committed to coming in, not only in budget, but our goal is to be under budget. And not only that, but use the money we have very, very wisely and use it to the best benefit we can. So budget's number one on our list.
What program do you have in place now to rehabilitate criminals? If you could go into some detail with that, I'd appreciate that. Sure,
absolutely. And that was one of the things that I did as the major of jail and court services those years ago, was to bring in a program that was not hard incarceration. Hard incarceration was, and we operated under that for many, many, many decades, is you come to jail, you don't experience any growth, you sit incarcerated for long periods of time, we sever your ties with your family, possibly your job, you've probably lost your car, it's now cost you a lot of money to be in there, and not to mention the anxiety and all the other things that go with that. That's hard incarceration, because then when we let you out the door, what we said was, okay, now we want you to go out and do better with less. And that never made sense to me. And so what we did is we changed the model to bring in a heroin recovery pod program for specific groups of people, a men's veterans program to bring in services that are fashioned for them, for PTSD and the issues they deal with, a lot of housing issues. We also have a men's exit pod that takes men who are, a month or so from getting out of jail, sometimes 3 months, and we connect them to services while they're incarcerated. So they develop those relationships. What I found, and I'll just give you a quick example, when I came on as major, what I found out very immediately is when men and women were leaving our jail, sometimes at 4 in the morning, okay, where are you gonna go at 4 in the morning? We were handing them a handout. And on the handout, it had a whole list of agencies and phone numbers and people and all of those kinds of things. And almost none of that information was correct. It had changed, people had moved, agencies had moved, different things. And, the moment someone experiences that, they're done trying, I can tell you. The moment they call that phone number and it's like, that's not a phone number anymore. So we recognized that very immediately. We got that list updated, continues to be updated, and we started bringing people into that jail for that very reason. So when you get out, you know exactly where Charmaine McGuffey is and what she can offer for your recovery. So we're building that right now with COVID. We're down, okay? But we are, our wheels are turning, and as soon as we can put it in drive, we're going to. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much, Sheriff McGuffey, for all that you've shared with us, with the changes, modifications that you've made, your staff, the awards that you disseminated today, just your outreach, your partnership, your collaborative efforts in the city. We are very grateful that we have a new sheriff in town, Sheriff McGuffey.
Thank you. Thank you.
On behalf of your presentation today, the Rotary Club of Cincinnati would like to present to you and your department a check for $1,000 for your training and professional development efforts.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
I think there were a few people who were not recognized who may be guests of the awardees. If you were not recognized, would you please stand? If you're a visitor with us from the Rotary Club and you with the Sheriff's Department or a family member, if you'd like to stand, please do. We're glad to have all of you, and we thank you for meeting with us today. It was a great program that we had. And our program next week will be Richard Pohona, the geotechnical engineer that I mentioned earlier with the City of Cincinnati, Columbia Parkway Landslide Stabilization. So we look forward to seeing you back here at the Hilton. Let's continue to reach higher heights and excel with meeting our goals and expectations. Thank you again. Meeting adjourned.